Oh, the mic was muted all this time. It's just getting set up, so nothing to share really. Let me present my screen. No, actually, let me try this. I don't know if this will go faster. I know there's a way to present slides. They have to load those up. Yeah, I was trying to see if I could, because if you have like tabs open, you can present just a single tab. But I guess that doesn't work safe for like a single PowerPoint. So I'm going to share the entire screen. And there's my commentary, and I think I've got all the verses I want done. So like I'm going to talk about laying on of hands, and not the wave offering. I was thinking I'll see how long it is, and I could try to put it in, but that would be if what I put together here is like 5 minutes or less, because it's supposed to be 8 to 10 minutes. I might go a little bit longer. Other people have been going like about 11. So, but yeah, if it's I don't want to try to cover another topic and then neither topic gets justice. Yeah, okay. This is how far I've gone so far with it. So right now it's just typing the actual commentary, and I think I'll read through it just to get myself caught up, and then I can set my timer and see how long it's going. Yeah, so I got my commentary timer set for 11 minutes, because it's like I give myself an extra minute. It'd be like for when I actually present it, because it would be flipping pages. So like this is set for like 12, because we've had some people going like 12 or more minutes. So yeah, I set it for 11, and then that gives me a minute leeway. Okay, hello, my name is Henry Thrung, and this week's Torah portion is Beha'alotcha, or when you step up. It includes the cleansing and dedication of the Levites. In Numbers 8:9, and you shall bring the Levites before the tabernacle of meeting, and you shall gather together the whole congregation of the children of Israel. So you shall bring the Levites before the Lord, and the children of Israel shall lay their hands on the Levites. And Aaron shall offer the Levites before the Lord like a wave offering from the children of Israel, that they may perform the work of the Lord. Then the Levites shall lay their hands on the heads of the young bulls, and you shall offer one as a sin offering and the other as a burnt offering to the Lord, to make atonement for the Levites. For today's commentary, we'll get the laying on of hands on the Levites. What was the significance of it in the Torah, and what does it mean for believers today? First, let's look at the Hebrew word that's translated to lay. It's samak, which according to Strong's can mean to lean, lay, rest, or support. Here are some examples of it used for physically leaning on something. When Samson braced himself against pillars, the concept of a man leaning on a reed and leaning a hand on a wall. So we can see how it's used for laying hands on the priests and sacrifices. When you lay hands on something, you're placing your hand on it, and that thing is supporting it. It's supporting your hand. And we can look at some examples where more so means support. These are examples of samak used for supporting, sustaining, or strengthening. These uses aren't physical like the last ones we looked at. Isaac wasn't physically holding up Jacob, and King Hezekiah's words weren't physically holding up the people. They were encouraged, emotionally and spiritually lifted up, just as God did in the examples listed here from Psalms and Isaiah. Yeah, and that's all the further I've gone, so it's only like 2 minutes so far. So I've got plenty of room yet. And already I'm thinking I could take out verse. So you shall bring the Levite. I might as well leave verse 9 in for now. Let's see how big this is. This is kind of small font, but I think it'll be all right. Like when it's actually presented on screen. Oh, hey, Tree Goblin, how's it going? Hope you're having a good day. Just working my commentary. Got a little spare time here. Yesterday I had to go to some grad parties. Today I've got the graduation to go to, and tomorrow I've got a wedding to go to. So I got to squeeze this in when I can. Let's see. So yeah, I'm going to leave that. This I might put in some of these verses, and actually like here, well, I had a slide with just some miscellaneous ones on it. I think I'll move some of these out of this one. So sounds fun. It's busy, that's for sure. Thursday I played Ultimate Frisbee, and that is fun. That's probably what I have the most fun doing is playing sport like basketball or frisbee, like sports where I can run around and stuff. I think the next thing I would enjoy would be actually like sitting down working on a comic, but that is like never have time for that. So I'd be working on my like Transformers one now if I didn't have to get this done. So, like sustained with food here, I want to move because that is like a physical thing. When someone like eats food, they're physically helped out. So I'll put that here somewhere. What verse was that again? Songs 2-5. Where's Songs in the Bible again? Let me look. I forget the order of the book slot. Song of Solomon. Okay, that's right before Isaiah. So I will put that right between Psalms. This slide I'll probably won't be in the final commentary. So it wasn't physically holding up Jacob. And then I'll add here, King Hezekiah's words weren't physically holding up the people. And Egypt wasn't being physically upheld. Actually, was that Ezekiel 30 verse 6? Let me double check the context of that one. That's a Tree Goblin. If you're still there, and I don't know if you're on Twitter, if you saw, I got an order of comics in from John Delrose. And so eventually I want to get around to doing a review of them. I got 4 comics and I've finished 3 of them. I've got to finish the other one yet. Okay, yeah, that's just, I can just say like we weren't physically holding up in Egypt wasn't being physically upheld. Okay. They were encouraged. Actually, I might move that out because that kind of doesn't go with the next couple sentences. I'm it, but don't use it also. I'm it, but don't use it. I'm sorry, but I don't understand. Encouraged. I guess I'm not sure. Okay. Don't tell anyone, but I don't read comics. Oh. Hey, no. It's keep the secret between you and myself. Hey, I don't read much either. I've hardly backed. I don't try to keep it secret, but I've hardly backed any campaigns and stuff. It's like yeah. None of my books have pictures except the bonsai books. Oh, so at least you're able to get around to reading. I like there are books I would like to read. I've also got documentaries I want to watch. It's just hard to find the time. And I I'm actually getting kind of bored with the comics right now. Like, I don't know if bored's the right word, but like if I had all the time and money in the world, then sure I could get them. But it's just like prioritizing what I spend my time with. Like if I had a choice between spending over $200 on comics, and then you get like five of them, which like with JDAs, I got it was a better value than that. But that's like for backing some of these campaigns. Yeah, it gets expensive. If I spend $200 on that versus a Transformer, because there are several Transformers I want that are in that price range, I much prefer getting the Transformer. And then I hopefully will eventually get to use the Transformers on my comics. I enjoy creating more than consuming, as far as like comics and stuff go. Let me take this one out of here quick. Yep, your secret is safe with me. Let's see where Ezekiel fits in. Comes after Isaiah. Just trying to keep these in book order. Oh, I got an Ezekiel here already. I forget which chapters I'm looking at. Okay, 30. So I'll slide this in underneath here. I will keep back in the Cyber Frog ones. But I haven't backed anything else from Ethan, like not anything against him. I just like Fearsome and Rainbow the Brute don't appeal to me that much. Rainbow, Fearsome, I don't think even if it was cheap I'd interested in, or like Snowman. But Rainbow the Brute, if I had more time and stuff, it might be kind of funny. I'd be kind of interested in that. I tell them I don't read comics, but they don't believe me. Yeah, I believe you. They may think you're a liar. You know what the problem is, Tree Goblin, is they think you're trolling them because you're always trolling people. If you just stop trolling, it's like the troll who cried wolf. I got CF2, just two. Sell it in one day. Oh, is that you got like two comics just to sell in one day? Just two to sell in one day. Yeah. Well, it is actually in their defense. Exactly. In their defense, you're probably better off not believing people on the internet. You'll probably be more often correct if you just like think everyone's lying. It's like it's gonna be fun reviewing, because I got Blunder Island from JDA, and that's like making fun of Liam and a whole bunch of other lore that I don't remember. And like I get along great with Liam. Like I don't even ever talk to him, but when I'm in the chat and stuff, I have nothing against him by any means. I know there's lots of history, so it'll be kind of fun, like navigating how I talk about that comic. I told Oz I did receive my pins and stickers, but he didn't believe me. Oh, I'm trying to think. I'm not sure if you who's Oz. I'll probably recognize him when you tell me. But okay. Risey is convinced I'm a CG pig. Oh, Risey was the one telling Liam that I was this like homosexual troll and stuff. Be talking about that on the stream where I'm working with my commentary, but no one else is watching, so it's okay. But yeah, all worked it out. Liam knows I'm not a troll now. I did get JDA's Liam T-shirt. Oh, yeah, that'd be just the character. Like I don't want to like pick on Liam. So if you can separate like the character from it being a parody of him, like the character itself is funny. It would be funny on T-shirt and stuff in the comic. Oz show was the first open call in CG show. Oh, okay. That might have been before my time. Like I can't remember exactly when it started, like when I first stumbled upon Comicsgate. I think it was through probably Diversity in Comics. But I remember like I think when I first started seeing like Ethan stuff is soon after the whole like fallout with Doug Tenable and Mike S. Miller and stuff. Because I would find because I'd have older streams pop up in my feed. Okay, 2020. Yeah, I think I did before that, but maybe I wasn't catching everything. Like the older streams that popped up, they were all still on good terms and chatting, and I listened to a lot of those. And so then it surprised me when I listened to the current ones, and then they were like bad mouthing each other. So I was like, oh, I wonder what happened. But and yeah, I think it'd be, and there have been like some comics like trying to parody the events and stuff, like the Blunder Island one, and I know like Cecil's got some. I didn't get those like but he did the Dirtworm Doug comic. But yeah, I started writing a script for a comic, like parodying, kind of like going off of like people I watch on YouTube, like a lot of the people in CG and CG adjacent and stuff. But now it's like everything in that script is wrong because you've got different people turning on each other and people who are mad at each other now who were friends before and vice versa. So it's like, I'm not going to bother with that. And even JDA talked about how he's not going to do that again either. But Oz accused customers of gay ops when not receiving pins and stickers. It didn't end well. Oh, man. Man, so like, let's see. Okay, Oz did sort me out. He sent me a lot more than I paid for. Oh, that's good. Yeah, so it's didn't it the same. I was going to say the same thing. I think might have happened to someone else, but I don't want to misspeak and then start any kind of rumor if someone stumbled upon this. But yeah, that would be bad if like there's actual customers not receiving their stuff, and then he's like accusing them. That's not. Yeah, that's not a good look. Well, then he can use the line like, "Well, it's just a crowd fund. You're not necessarily supposed to get anything," which is like a line I've heard used. I think Ethan's used it, and I don't, and I don't think that should apply in this case. I think if it's something like, because like the idea is you're shipping these out to them, you're telling them as backers that they're going to get a product. I mean, if you came out right away and said, yeah, back this, I'm going to make this comic, and then I'll sell it to you and to other people, but you're not necessarily going to get one, then okay, yeah, you can use that argument. But if like you're making something public, like say that Spider-Man Lotus controversial movie, that was made to just be free to everyone, people backed it. But when you're like telling them ahead of time, yeah, this is what you get when you back, then you can't turn around and say like, oh, it's a crowdfund you're not actually going to get, unless you're ready to refund their money. We go back to $300 pin tier. Lol, he got them in the end. 300. Oh, I might have caught that when he's talked about that, but I missed a lot of. I didn't know Wiggles back then. But oh yeah, I think I was watching one of his more recent streams several months ago, and he was kind of talking about some of that stuff. So I was picking it up. Let's pick up a little bit of what happened. My bank see it has fraud. I got full refund on Bail War. Oh, is it? I'm sorry. I think he is that one of the comics that I think Wiggle held up in his stream. He's like holding up different comics because they were doing the grifting tournament. He's like this one's total trash, and this is. And I wonder if he got that one. That's the one he held up, or that may have been one because it sounds familiar. He hammers the pins into CG books. Yeah, I think I saw him do that too. Oh, that's hilarious. Okay. I got. Let's see, where was I? Oh, I think next I was going to start listing some of this, like okay. Or actually, I might just put because I like to do the slides where I itemize stuff. I might hold that off until the end and find good places for those. You know, actually, I take that back. Now that I look at my text again, I'm going to put that back in. Oh, Bill War was Vic King, convicted PDF. He's never going to fulfill. My bank took my side. Oh, good. Okay, so was Vic doing that one by himself, or is like that also, or is he working with Oz on that one? That's why that one wasn't King fulfilled. That's something I actually. It'd be fun to talk to Dark Gift about. And I actually asked him about on Twitter, and he probably doesn't remember, but he said he might be up for it. Like at the time, I said I don't want to do it. It's too close to the events happen, but kind of like the whole ethical argument, like discussion of because he I think he went above and beyond removing Vic, but then should people feel obligated to do that? You know, if they started out and didn't know about beforehand, things like that. I think it would be a pretty interesting chat, an interesting topic to discover. I started going to church again after finding CG, so there's that. Excellent. It was all Vic. Oh, okay. The comic was all Vic. Yeah, it's cool. That's one of the things that like really pulled me into CG is like professing Christians. Talking about how things are went in the mainstream and then now working on comics on their own. Yeah. No one wants fixed work. Yeah. That's where it's kind of like where I'd like to where the discussion would be interesting. It's like so I think ideally I'd say they should like someone who does what Vic did. I mean, it should be at least life in prison, so they wouldn't be doing any work. But like let's say our society, like what our legal system does, it gives them, I don't know, say 20 or so years, and then they're back out. If they'd served their time and if they've indicated what they did was horrible, disgusting, they fully repented from it, then should we still like say ban them from like doing art on comic books and things like that? And then like how far does that go? Like if they're a janitor for a company that makes a product, like should that company be banned? It would get to the point where, depending how far you go, it could get to the point where they can't do any work again, and then maybe just live in the streets and stuff. And I suppose maybe that would be that, considering the crime, that could be considered um, hey, you deserved it situation. So Vic's style turned out to be prison style art. It makes sense. No proper anatomy. No, let me okay. Hiding it makes it worse. Yeah, and so wondering, like, if they like came out and said, like, from the beginning, yeah, I did this horrible thing. I I is disgusting. I repented. I've served my time. Then I wonder if if like a creator should still hire them, like would that make a difference, or if like, because I know like in Dark Gifts, with what happened to him, he didn't know about it, and then when he found out, he took action. It all looks like prison tattoos. Well, let me see if I can find some. I don't know how what search will find, and I'm going to start. I want to be careful. So I'm searching on my other screen. I'm covering up my StreamYard now. Oh yeah, all I'm getting is Viking art. So I don't know. And some Thor shots. Oops. Yeah. It'd be I think it'd be an interesting roundtable if like several people got together and were to chat about it. And, like, can set some precedent. Basically. Cool. Oh, hold on. Skill support. Support. Let's see, I'm actually going to put samak here. Again, the Hebrew word. Excuse me. Well, Tree Goblin, I appreciate you being here. It does make it much more enjoyable to stream when you have someone to interact with. Though that may not always necessarily. It's not like you have to, because I was listening to Salty Cracker while I was driving yesterday, and he can. Some people can. It's probably an introvert versus extrovert thing. Some people can just keep talking about the topic and stuff. Whereas, like, and I think that's more so extroverts can do that, whereas introverts. Matt Walsh did a good video on it once, but like introverts, they need a point to talk about, and it's kind of like we just keep it on point. Is usually. So we see smock used for both physical and spiritual support. This can. Oh, yeah. I know what I want to do. In the example of, let's see, when talking about laying hands on something, I want to say this, okay. I'm talking about laying hands on something. The idea is that thing is supporting your hand. So, metaphorically speaking, you get the idea that it may, the idea that here, let me try to think. Okay, let's say it like this. So, metaphorically speaking, if someone lays their hands on someone else, or actually, so if someone lays their hands on someone else, it can be looked at as that person being, it can be symbolically looked at as that, as the person receiving. Okay, I don't know how to do this. So with the example from this week's portion, it can be looked at symbolically as the priests supporting the children of Israel. Let me double check that. Yep, it says children of Israel. But does it always go in that direction with the, I'll call it lay-e? So that's not a real word, so that's okay. Supporting the layer. Let's look at some other instances of laying of hands. Oh, I want to move this one up. Numbers 8, 9 through 12. Okay, that's where I already have in here. So I can just delete this because, and this doesn't match the heading anyway. If I have time to add in verses, I think these will probably be like the first ones I add in. So I think they're pretty significant. Moses laid hands on Joshua to we'll put a note. Don't read slide. Hands on Joshua to inaugurate him and give him authority and wisdom. Okay. In this case, Moses would be the one supporting Joshua, since he's the one. I shouldn't say source. He's the one providing I want to say just providing something. In this case, Moses would be the one supporting Joshua, since he's the one providing, I'll just say, authority, wisdom, etc. Let's see, since the sacrifice is enough. There are other examples of the layer being the provider of support in the New Testament. So, oh yeah, I forgot about this one. I might move this one up. Yeah, this would be a good look at control. Laying on of hands. Let's see. I'll put this on the next slide. I'll say laying on of hands. Oh, sorry. The author of Hebrews considered laying on of hands one of the elementary principles, elementary or basic principles of Christ. In Hebrews 6:1, therefore, leaving this, not laying against the foundation of repentance from dead works and of faith toward God. Significance of laying hands in the Torah. What does it mean for believers today? Okay, yeah, and okay, here I'm going to put some more slides in. But first, I'm going to take a quick break. Let's see. My cam's all set up. All right, I'll be right back. All right, let's get back to it. Sure. I'm going to have to look into how to play videos, and then come up with some short ones to play when I step away. Okay, so there are other examples of the layer being the provider of support in the New Testament. Okay, and now some of these I want to save for after I get done talking about laying of hands. So, okay, I think just this one I can move up here. I'll just use the healing for now. Best examples would probably be when Jesus and others laid hands on people and healed them. In these cases, the person receiving the laying on of hands received physical strengthening from the person who laid hands on them. Now I will add another point to the scroll list. Maybe I will change this back to just laying on hands. Can support can go either way. I'll shrink this down. That's the 44. I'll shrink this one down too because I thought this one looked awfully large. Down to 44. We see that the laying on of hands can be symbolic of either person or group of people supporting the other. Now let's look at some. Okay. Okay. I'm going to copy passage again. Maybe this time I will delete verse 9. So, let me put the don't read slide into several of these. Now, this one where I just listed, I probably don't need as much. I have, when practicing, started reading like one of these lists, so I'm putting just in case. This one, but when I have a verse up here, which normally I would read, I definitely want to put that in to make sure I don't read it again, or I don't like this. Yeah, it would be reading it a second time. And then when I like print it out to read from it when I'm presenting it, and then I'll just draw a big X over it when I remember. So then I don't flip to it and then accidentally start reading it, as is my habit. I'm hoping I can get this done today, and then I would have a couple weeks to do. If I'm up for it, stream some other stuff like when they're working on the comic, or I had this little discussion this week about like young Earth stuff. So it'd be kind of fun to do like some stuff about science and creationism and things like that. Creation science. So the Levites and Aaron shall offer the Levites shall lay their hands on the heads of the young bulls. In the passage we read from today's portion. No, it's getting kind of dark. I'm going to open the blinds quick. See if that helps. Today's portion. We set 2. Let's see. I'll just say that. Hands were laid on the Levites and on the bulls for the offerings. And this is something that I discovered while getting ready for this commentary and looking at the wave offering, is this word offering usually doesn't appear. Like sin offering, it's actually just like one word. Burnt offering, wave offering, they're all just usually, like when I found the word, just one word. And so it's kind of like, I mean, it's not that, I think it's a correct use, but it's kind of like the offering is just an added word. There are times where like the word by itself, like there is a Hebrew word that means offering, but like when it's giving these specific ones, like in the first few chapters of Leviticus, it's actually like, I kind of wonder if like putting that word in there, offering, could be a little bit of a misnomer. That'll be something I'll have to keep in mind next time I get a portion that talks about the offerings, and I can study those some more. And the Levites and on the bulls for the offerings. There are similar commands elsewhere in the Torah. Oh, I want to. No, these are all for the sin offering and the sacrifices, huh? Okay. Yeah, I was thinking there was another. This might be the only spot because I went through all of them. Unless I missed, this might be the only spot where anyone lays their hands on the Levites, like where it's explicit, like this. Well, let me check my miscellaneous one again. Yeah, no, I would have. Trying to think how I should. Come on, I might put another passage we read from today's portion. Okay, yeah, that's why I had that that I had the verse, like this passage here, the Numbers 8. I had that on this earlier one because those, yeah, I'm pretty sure those are the only times where it's the place the hands on someone in the Old Testament. I want to go back up here. This portion, we see two hands laid on two different I don't want to say things. That sounds too like common. I don't want to say entities because that sounds too. Here, see, I'll do see, two different instances of laying on of hands. See. Hands laid on Levites' offerings. There. The Levites and the offerings. Does that flow good? Oh, no. They were laid on the Levites and the offerings. Actually, I might do this a little different. Or I can see, I can do like Israelites. I can put it on here. Their hands on the Levites. Laid their hands on the offerings. I can, maybe I can you just do this. I would like to put all these on one slide. There. And I might shrink the other ones too. There have been times I didn't mind if they were like I had to shrink the words, but considering how big these looked earlier on, I think I'll do it like that. There we go. The children of Israel laid their hands on the Levites, who in turn laid their hands on the bulls that would be offered to God. We see the latter commanded elsewhere in Torah. Aaron and his sons Aaron, his sons, and okay, I'll list these up. I'm gonna move this one up just because then it'll flow better when I explain it. Laid his hands on the scapegoat on the Day of Atonement to transfer the sins of the people onto it. He and his sons also laid their hands on sacrifices for their consecration in Exodus and Leviticus, like we're seeing in the account in Numbers today. Also, but there's a lot of different things here that could go into more and more detail on, like why the children of Israel lay their hands on the burnt and peace offering specifically. I guess they do lay them on the sin offering too. So is that all of them? I had a slide where I listed all the different offerings, but that's in the other one. Children of Israel laid their hands on the burnt and peace offerings and they all would lay hands on the sin offerings. Depending on who had committed the sins. Put this here now again. transfer, and I might move some of these and change up the order some. Yeah, I'm gonna put these ones. Of authority. So in the Torah, yeah, I'll take this up, and I think I'm going to move this last part to the end. I'm going to move it up some. Hands could represent supporting someone or transferring. Man of hands could be symbolic of supporting someone or transferring sin or authority to someone. Symbolic of supporting or blessing someone or transferring sin or authority. So, yeah, and now let me move. Yeah, I'm going to move this one down. And I'll go back. I'm going to, so I can delete this slide. Oh, this kind of puts everything out of order. Let me undo that quick. Oh, and I kind of lost track of my Control Z's and Control Y's. Okay, so I'll keep that in there. And I want to move this back. Oh, I see. It's moving it up one at a time. Okay, yeah, that's where I want to leave it. So I gotta step away again real quick. And I'll kind of think about this as I do. Okay, I think I thought of how I wanted to do this. Okay, yeah. So we're talking about transfer of authority here. Oh, and this isn't even really transfer. Like it's a transfer of sin. So yeah, let me put that in here now. Non-hands can be symbolic of either person or group of people supporting the other. It can also be symbolic of also. Let's see. It was also used for giving someone authority and wisdom, as in the case of Moses laying hands on Joshua. And that's something I like because I did a previous commentary on how like Moses represents the law and Joshua represents Jesus. And I think like that's really significant here. It would be interesting to go into and do a commentary on like how like the law say gives authority to Jesus, though I mean Jesus being God created the law, so that kind of ties in with the bullet point above it. This support can go either way. I'm going to delete this here for now, and I think I need either of these yet. Yeah, I think I got a sneeze coming on. Okay, no, I think I'm good. So children of Israel. Yeah, I think I can get rid of this one too. Yeah, I'll just get rid of that one. This one I want to keep, and I'll slide down. Yeah, I'll just say, I'll just after this. There were several times in the Torah where God commanded people to lay hands on sacrifices and offerings. Like, oh yeah, I can put this in here. And as, all right, I think I'll leave that part there for now. Sacrifices and offerings. And then we go here. Aaron laid his hands on the scapegoat and gave atonement to transfer the sins of the people onto it. And his sons laid their hands. I guess we're seeing in the account in Numbers today. Also, the children of Israel laid their hands on the burnt and peace offerings. And so we'll move this up again. And they all would lay hands on the sin offerings, depending on who had committed the sins. Okay, and so I'm going to copy this one here, and I'm going to change it up a little bit. So inaugurate and give authority, I have after support can go either way. So yeah, I'll just copy over that one, and then I can get rid of this one. Bam. So in Torah, laying out of hands could be symbolic of supporting or blessing someone. Could also be symbolic of transferring sin to someone. Or to, in this case, it's just sin to something. Okay, yeah, and then I will do I'm going to copy this here. And so now I got that one last. I think this will flow better. Let's try to let's put together what we've learned. Let's see what it says. What we've learned. Looked at to help learn. Here, let's put together what we've learned and apply it to Numbers, to today's passage from Numbers 8. And my wife said she'd be home at 4. And my time, that's about 14 minutes from now. So let's see how much longer I can go. Actually, I think someone's home right now. Yep, the family's home, so I am going to cut it here. I like what I've got so far. I think I just got to finish up the last few slides and see how it all flows. But yeah, Tree Goblin, thank you so much for joining today. I had a lot of fun chatting with you as usual. And see you next time. Have a good rest of your day. Everyone who's watching, please like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. So long.